Good morning. It's Monday, May 13th, and that means two things. Sometimes people want to hear both sides for good reasons, and some people want to hear both sides for bad reasons. It's also time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone and the Linta. The Linta is an architectural linear pendant fixture that comes in multiple lengths, comes in a couple different colors, and it comes with a bunch of switches: uplight, downlight, power, CCT. This is a very flexible option, especially when you consider that you can connect it in multiple configurations. Combine that with the lengths. This is great for any of your more decorative projects. That's KeystoneTech.com. The link is in the description, and let's get into the news. Cooper will be closing their manufacturing facility in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Employees there are being given the option to apply to transfer to open positions at other Cooper locations. Outdoor Link has bought Lighting Technologies. This is an advertising and sign company that is bringing their lighting options in-house. No detail on the price. Rexel is in talks to buy Tally. Tally distributes infrastructure tech of the wireless kind. AMS Osram is going to be selling their entire passive optical component asset library to Focuslight. This is a 45 million euro deal. I didn't realize AMS had anything left to sell out of the Osram deal, but here we are. Leviton has secured a plastic pellet prevention pass. Scottish authorities have recognized their work in keeping flakes and powders out of the environment, and that's nice. Chinese exports are on the rise month to month, with 1.5% gains in April. Sales are down 2% at Fagerhult, but the CEO remains optimistic about the rest of the year. Kubos has drawn new investors, including semiconductor veterans Drew Nelson and Jeff Haynes, among a number of other bankers, in a round of investment for their micro-LED startup. On Get a Grip on Lighting, we have Pete Gret talking about artificial intelligence. The government of Alberta has reported 2,018 electrocutions at work in 2023. It is the official policy of the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors that you shouldn't get electrocuted at work. That's an official policy. Be careful out there. The USPS is still spending that $40 billion in upgrade funds at their distro centers, which means that North Plate Mail is going through Denver, Sioux Falls is running through Omaha, and we have an expansion overall to Santa Barbara. At LeGrand, sales are down 5% in Q1. TED is listing their 30 under 35. Meta is celebrating 50 years in the business. They're a New York-based decorative lamp brand. I think they bought the glass factory Tiffany abandoned. That's like their big thing. DLFNY has opened submissions for the Beacon Awards soon. On June 3rd, you can submit to the Beacon Awards if you did a project in the New York metro area. You have until the 4th of September to seek that recognition. Carpreet, a industrial landlord in Canada, has taken out $70 million in loans to revamp 60 rental buildings. 49% of new U.S. home buyers speak Spanish. 2 lighting manufacturers offer catalogs in Spanish, and reps don't have a lot of bilingual staff. That is a thing to think about, gentlemen. Stone has received the King's Sustainability Award. This is a Scottish luminaire maker. They have earned a prize for their spotlights, but I don't think they're going to be incorporated into Buckingham Palace anytime soon. In legal news, a resort in Maui has been sued over their lighting for the second time. A group called Earth Justice is suing Grand Wailea over their lighting that threatens seabirds in the Maui area again. Led Vance has settled a parental leave suit. a single project manager was fired for the crime of being stuck in Egypt in 2020 due to the pandemic. That's the short version. Anyway, that's been settled. Knox Fixtures has been named in a lawsuit. This is RBW targeting Stonehill and Taylor Architects for using infringing luminaire designs in a couple of hotels in New York City. In rep agency updates, Kaufman will be distributing IG railing products in Texas and Georgia. If you've never seen IG railing, they're really cool. They're just cool. It's not really a lighting product, but it is an illuminated product, and I like them. Moxie will be repping for OZOP in parts of New York and New Jersey. In events news, again, I want to encourage everyone to sign up for the Nailed Annual Convention in St. Paul this August. And we also have to talk about Lightivation adding a day to their winter event in 2025. It'll run 4 days in January. It'll match the summer event, which is also 4 days. You can save the date for the DLC Control Summit. Registration is now open. The event is October 15th to 16th. And you can talk at the OLEDs World Summit. Abstracts are due on the 7th of June. Registration is open now. It'll be November 22nd and 23rd in Palm Springs, Florida. In UV news, let's party like it's 2021. The Lit Thinking Institute has launched a new UV line with the Visium Far UV device, and TCP is entering the UV market with panels and downlights. One of them's on an Edison screw. One of these is an Edison screw UV lamp, and I'm like, that was what we needed a while back, actually. That's the smartest thing out of the UV boom. I'm going to say that. They didn't pay me to say that. If you'd like to pay me to say that, I'll say that. Hey, I'm for sale. I'm honest. In IoT news, Matter 1.3 is expanding to new appliances as well as adding energy reporting. DMF is incorporating DALI into their artifacts line. St. Louis is beginning a pilot for traffic management as part of their smart city program. And Meditech is building a full-on smart hospital in New Jersey. The other thing we need to know is that on the Lighting Controls podcast, a show you should listen to, we have David Fox in an episode named that I would have named. We haven't tried anything and we're out of ideas. I love that episode of The Simpsons. I love this episode of the show. Carry on. On the R&D side, we have Hong Kong PolyU creating an all-organic perovskite. This is a 2D material that would be higher performance than anything right now, if we can get it to market. Brightview has earned its name with a new polycarb film, boosting display brightness, and we have new nanosheets in development. Linköping University in Sweden is working with gold, and Tandertron Accelerator Facility is working with tungsten semicarbide. These could change lighting down the road. On the darkness side of things, we have your melatonin balancing the emotional state in the elderly. Kawaro Gibbston, New Zealand has been named a dark sky place. Ledvance is offering field adjustable lighting distribution. Circadian misalignment has been linked with diabetes yet again. Austria is passing a new light pollution legislation at the national level. 46% of people with poor sleep report poor mental health. In the Quad Cities, which is a bridge between Iowa and Illinois, they're going to be going dark for migration. Abu Dhabi has set a dark sky policy. Uttarakhand in India has launched a new tourism initiative based on astrotourism. The Heritage Council of Ireland is funding Dark Sky Ireland. Hailing Island in the UK will only be allowed to host 65 weddings per year to limit light pollution. Chicago Animal Care and Control really wants lights out to happen in the city this spring. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania will be hosting 1 billion migratory birds in a week. Just 1 week. 1 billion birds. Grand Lake, Colorado has been picked for a dark sky mentorship program. We've got sea turtles season kicking up in North Carolina and Florida. The SAAO in Africa is hosting a astrotourism event, and the Church of Latter-day Saints has proposed a new temple in the suburbs of Las Vegas. And what follows a new temple in a suburb comes complaints about possible light pollution. Again, a thing you can check out is the Darkness News update on the Restoring Darkness feed. It's exactly like this section, but I have more time to explain things, and I wear a tie. In horticultural news, the DLC has officially formed a horticultural working group with tech professionals discussing lighting controls in farming. Florida's IFAS will be growing hops. We have a new vertical farm in Atlanta, Georgia. We have Essex adding an aeroponic system. And we have a $25 million grant for the University of Saskatchewan and their indoor growing program. In recommended reading, all these on nailed.org. If you want to read them, we have the short and long-term gains of sustainability. We have cybersecurity for farms. We have color in architectural lighting. We have a recap of Light Spec West. We have a carbon neutral or net zero, what's better. And we have a clarification on the difference between Buy and Build America versus Build America, Buy America. In local news, we have $50 million for schools in Portland, Oregon, $37 million in Kanoa Hills outdoor facilities, $17 million being spent at NYPD facilities. We have $10.6 million for new developments in Pennsylvania, $10 million for civic centers in Pensacola, Florida. Edmonton, Alberta is finalizing their energy retrofit program. We have $3 million in funds kicking around for efficiency in Ohio. We have $1.7 million in grants for manufacturing facilities in Illinois. We have $1.5 million in infrastructure funds for Lynn, South Dakota. Atlanta has entered their second phase of their safety lighting projects. Every single municipality in Massachusetts just got a grant for efficiency upgrades. You can find out which ones are getting how much. Monroe, Washington is dealing with a PCB contamination outbreak in schools. Daytona Beach, Florida is struggling to install new lighting, and that's been going on for 2 years. West Mesa, New Mexico is getting new lighting. We have new crosswalk lighting planned for Harrison County, Texas. New solar street lighting in Fort Worth, Texas. We have LED street lighting coming to Sherburne, Massachusetts. We have new lighting in parks in Amarillo, Texas. We have North County, Missouri schools saving not quite $200,000 after retrofits. That's per year. And True North Ales in Ipswich, Massachusetts has been named a green beverage producer. This is based on their retrofits, not adding green stuff during St. Patrick's Day. In international news, Kiev will be limiting street lighting after a series of attacks on power plants. Heineken in the UK, that particular slice of the company, will be spending £40 million to retrofit partner pubs. We have the UK Heritage Crafts Expo, including neon tube benders. That's right. There are parts of lighting that are now a heritage craft, like Morris dancing or traditional basket weaving. Dixon has partnered with Nokia in India for smart tech. Light Science has partnered with AgriLogic in South Africa. And Mexico has declared pedestrian safety to be a human right. In People News, Alan McIntosh is joining the IALD in Toronto. DMF has appointed Ellie Doherty as a regional sales manager. Method has named Kevin Nystrom as their interim CEO. Sabin's co-founder, Clay Edwards, is leaving the company slowly. And we have a new CEO and president at And More. In things you can make a desk that is also a display, or a very different kind of hourglass. But until next time, I've been Scott Wachter. I read this, I wrote this, I'm going to render this in a second. It's sponsored by Keystone, Espen, ETI, Leadvance, and Light Efficient Design, and you listen to it, and I thank you for that. I'd really like it if you also recommended it. I'd like it if you reviewed it. I'd like it if you reshared it. But until next time, enjoy your week and enjoy the music. See ya.